New reaction to President Trump holding a bipartisan housing bill hostage until Congress passes his controversial voting measure. On Wednesday, Trump was just hours from signing the legislative package, which could make housing more affordable for everyday Americans, when he abruptly canceled the ceremony, demanding Senate Republicans pass the SAVE Act first. Michigan Secretary of State and gubernatorial candidate Jocelyn Benson told me how this could affect her constituents.
Tell me you don't care about the economic well-being of the American people without telling me, right? That's exactly what he's showing here. He doesn't care about the fact that millions of Americans are suffering under this economy and cannot afford to buy homes or afford to live in those homes.
Let's bring in Michigan Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, a member of the Energy and Commerce Committees and a good friend to us. I'm glad you're here because I know, ma'am, that you voted for the housing bill that Trump is refusing to sign. What is the president denying the American people by single-handedly holding this up?
You know, first of all, it's good to see you, but I want to make this. People don't understand what a strong bipartisan bill this was, that almost every senator voted for it. Very few Republicans voted against it. In the House, this bill will start to build affordable housing immediately for many people in this country. And they were ready for him. I was in Statuary Hall. The flags were there. The desk was there. The presidential seal was there. And he suddenly says he's not going to sign the bill until he gets his voter suppression bill that Senator John Thune, the Republican leader of the Senate, has said the votes aren't there. What it shows is that this administration, this White House, is living in a bubble. And they do not understand how much everyday people, working people who are working more than 40 hours a week to just get by are hurting. And that bills that they don't have the votes for, Republicans have made it clear that they're not going to give him the votes for it. He's playing games with people's lives and not supporting something that helps people who need help affording life today.
Okay, so if Thune is telling Trump this does not have the votes to pass, is this the reason why Trump decided, okay, well, I'm going to hold something else hostage? And if that's so, and he still can't get this thing passed, the SAVE Act, are you worried that this housing bill is never going to go anywhere? It'll just stay there on Trump's desk.
So, well, he has 10 days to sign it or veto it. And if once it's transmitted, and apparently Speaker Johnson said after they had a meeting at the White House on Thursday that he was going to transmit it to the president. So if he vetoes that bill, it becomes law automatically in 10 days once it's been transmitted if he doesn't sign it. If he vetoes it, I hope everybody in America will hear what that message was that he just sent you. And it begins with an F-U.
Wow. Let's talk about the 3 million people we're hearing having dropped their Obamacare coverage after these subsidies expired and the cost went up. During your live discussion with Axios on Thursday, you said that it is a crisis in this country. What are the long-term implications of millions going without health insurance, and what can Congress do to resolve that before we begin seeing the effects?
Well, for the next few months, probably not much, since Republicans not cut health care in their big blank bill. I'm trying to behave on television. And then in not extending the Affordable Care tax credits. But even more than those people that didn't buy health insurance because the tax credits weren't extended, people are finding that even on the Affordable Care tax credit in this affordability crisis that we are having right now, they couldn't afford to buy health insurance, which means that people are not doing preventative care. More and more people are putting off going to the doctor. People are getting sicker. They're showing up in the emergency rooms when they are far sicker, where the doctors have to treat them. And then the cost of that is increasing the costs on everybody. I just believe in this country that when you're sick, you should be able to go to the doctor and get the medicine that you need, period. You shouldn't have to think. And you know what? We're the only industrialized nation in the world that doesn't guarantee its citizens that.
So the political fallout, there's that new Axios Ipsos poll, and it shows health affordability is shaping the midterms. 45% said they are more likely to vote for a candidate who supports reinstating Affordable Care Act subsidies. That's compared to 16% less likely, and the 22% who said it doesn't really make a difference. Several primary races in your state of Michigan are expected to be pretty close. Could focusing on this issue tip the scales?
I think this will be one of the issues that you're going to see. We've got several competitive congressional seats, and people are hurting. They are really hurting. I'm now, I was in the grocery store this morning, Kroger, and someone came up to share a story about how they couldn't afford their medicine. I think that these are everyday. This isn't about politicians. This isn't about us, shooting shots back and forth at each other. This is real people, working people in this country who can't afford to go to the doctor when they're sick. They can't afford their medicine. And I think they're going to hold people running for office accountable. I don't think it has surfaced as big an issue as it's going to be by November. I think a lot of the media are talking about other more sensational issues and not recognizing how much working men and women, single mothers with kids. It was a single mother this morning that couldn't afford the inhaler for her child, how much this is really hurting.
I have to say, I absolutely love that your constituents know about your Sunday morning grocery runs. I know about them too, and they can come up and talk to you. I'm sure you get some really candid comments, and I think that is a unique to Debbie Dingell way to do it and get the pulse of your constituents. It's pretty cool, frankly. So thank you for joining us and giving it to us officially here over the TV airwaves. Thank you very much.